This is National Native News. I'm Antonia Gonzalez. More than 60 Indigenous artifacts have been returned to Canada from the Vatican. As Dan Karpinchuk reports, First Nations, Inuit, and Métis leaders were on hand at Montreal's airport over the weekend to welcome them back.
There were 62 items in large crates on board the plane that landed on Saturday morning. Many Native leaders, as well as those involved in the repatriation efforts, were on hand. Some bowed as the crates were lowered onto the tarmac. For most, the objects on board were more than simply artifacts. One of those present was the National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations, Cindy Woodhouse-Nepenak.
This is an important and emotional moment for many First Nations across this country. I hope it will also be an important moment for all Canadians to consider the history and the future of this country. Reconciliation isn't one stop here. Reconciliation is every single day doing this work.
Indigenous leaders in Canada have been calling for years on the Vatican to repatriate the artifacts in its collection. They met with Pope Francis in Rome in 2022 to talk about the legacy of the residential schools. At the time, they were also given a private viewing of some of the objects held by the church. They included embroidered gloves, a kayak, and a sling for carrying a baby. Some Indigenous leaders say it's not about bringing home objects or artifacts, but about bringing home memories, bringing home the dignity and power that was taken from their ancestors. The artifacts will not be available for public viewing until sometime early next year. Nepenak also says there are more artifacts in the Vatican Museum, so the work to repatriate them will continue. For National Native News, I'm Dan Karpinchuk.
After finally being sworn in following a historic 7-week delay, Arizona Congresswoman Adelita Grijalva is using her first legislative act to fulfill a campaign promise she made to tribes across Indian country. KJZZ's Gabriel Pietrazio has more.
In 2015, her father, the late Raul Grijalva, first introduced the Save Oak Flat from Foreign Mining Act to protect an Apache holy site east of Phoenix by stopping a congressionally approved land exchange between the U.S. Forest Service and Resolution Copper.
So maybe the foreign company has millions and billions of dollars. We have a spirit.
A decade later, the fight isn't over. The controversial land swap has been put on hold until as early as next year, and the new Congresswoman is taking on that mantle by reintroducing her dad's old bill.
The bar is very high. Again, this is new to me. Not new to the family, but new to me. I mean, I hear it even from Democrats. Mining is super important, right? But none of the ore is staying here. It's all going to China.
As for Resolution Copper, the company tells KJZZ, Grijalva has been invited to meet their workforce to talk about what they call her highly concerning bill, which they say threatens hundreds of jobs today and billions of dollars for Arizona's future. For National Native News, I'm Gabriel Pietrazio.
The Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma is concluding its emergency food assistance response this month. The tribe issued a declaration of emergency in October after the federal government announced the suspension of SNAP benefits for recipients in November. The declaration tapped millions of dollars in the tribe's reserve funds for cash assistance for Cherokee citizens and support for food pantries, meal sites, and food banks. According to the Cherokee Nation, the tribe delivered nearly $2 million in assistance to individuals and nonprofits. I'm Antonia Gonzalez.
National Native News is produced by Koahnic Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Support for law and justice-related programming provided by Hobbs, Strauss, Dean & Walker, LLP, a national law firm dedicated to promoting and defending tribal rights for over 40 years. More information available at hobbsstrauss.com. The Indian Arts and Crafts Board promotes Indian artists of federally recognized tribes through its online source directory. Information on this no-charge opportunity available at doi.gov/IACB, who support this program.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.